What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, aka Countdown Ended, coming to you once again, bringing you Into Somewhere update as we go ahead and discuss the brand new era of WWE and their road to WrestleMania. But of course, I can't do it alone. I need help. I need a co-host. I need a hero. I need Cody Onidi 316.
What's going on? I can't wait to discuss this new era as well, because Triple H told us at the Royal Rumble post show that we are officially in a new era, which makes me really excited, by the way, because it's not like he says this every other week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. It's not like it comes out of his mouth every single frickin' time. It's not like Roman Reigns winning the Rumble was devoid of any and all creativity that was so predictably lackluster that it could be screamed from the rooftops with how
would you say both Rumble winners were predictable?
Predictable, but one had earned it. Liv had been every spot for 9 years straight in that Rumble. She had been the final two. She had been the longest. She had been the Iron Woman.
She's worked her ass off to get to where she is.
Absolutely, she has. Look back at her being in that elimination chamber with Shayna Baszler, and people wanted to, remember she started to make like the Liv turn a little bit. She started changing her outfits and her demeanor. She went a bit more goth-esque, I would say, and she just fit very well. And it was so deflating to see her get beat so quickly by Baszler, and you know, Baszler screaming at her, "You're not going to WrestleMania." Like, it was funny looking back, but like, my God, it all fell apart anyways, with the world shutting down. Still, Roman being bestowed the Rumble victory again goes against everything we want. Last year, it was supposed to make a new star, and that didn't work. And I even had said at one point, watch, they're going to give it to Jay because of how he had been booked. And it made sense with what they were booking him as. But the thing was, they didn't have any plans past him winning the Rumble on how they keep him away from Gunther until then. And that's my worry about the build to WrestleMania this year. Everything hinges upon Roman Reigns in this new era, Cody. This new and defining era.
You know, speaking about this new era, what should have happened at the Royal Rumble for the men's, especially, is Braun Breaker, who got eliminated fucking first in the Rumble, should have been your Royal Rumble winner. Just saying.
So Braun Breaker was attacked. And if it's not Logan Paul, as you had pointed out, because under the mask, it looks like Logan. The body height and size and frame lines up. Exactly. Like I said, it could be a fill-in. It could be a stand. You never know. They had Montez Ford.
I think they do any wrestler, no?
Remember Montez Ford played the Masked Man at one part, did he not? And it ended up just being Austin Theory. Like, that doesn't matter. If you can't see the person's face, it could be anybody. And that's a
probably
long
first
going.
Person they see in the back. Hey,
yeah,
you're gonna do this for us. Thank you. Good night. Bye.
I mean, so everything hinged upon Breaker winning this Rumble, as many of us, myself included, thought would be the easy prediction and thing to have because they want to make him into the new star. All the years worth of booking and Seth being kicked out of the Vision and leads to him getting a title match at the Netflix premiere and then, you know, re-debut, I don't know what you want to call it, anniversary. And then he doesn't win. All right, so he's going to win the Rumble and look strong. Nope, he doesn't even make it in before he gets destroyed. Gets the living hell kicked out of him by a masked figure, gets thrown to the stairs and stomped, thrown in and thrown out. Yeah. See you later. The only one treated worse, LA Knight.
In all honesty, I think it's going to be revealed as Seth Rollins. Obviously, I don't think it was him that very night. But I do think it was too tall. That body was too tall to be Seth.
I mean, like I said, that it could have been Seth. You never know for sure. And knowing that that's what we're building to is Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. I mean, does that justify him not winning the Rumble? Because think about how many fans had him picked to win this year. It was shocking to start the match and seeing him being taken out.
Though that's the thing when they do run that.
I mean, it may not have been him, but a lot of people are saying it may not have been him under the mask, but it could be revealed as him within the next month or so. Rollins wants revenge on Breaker for booting him from the Vision, and this is an easy setup for everything to happen as it appears. And I agree entirely with Bleacher Report.
The match makes sense.
That was their prediction as well as ours. But it makes sense. It's just a lot of things like I like Ollie Davis this morning. Wrestle Talk had made a great point, and we said something similar on the Raw review ourselves. But like, you have Roman out there. Well, why doesn't Obafemi come out first and say, "Well, I'm going to challenge whoever wins the title, so it doesn't even matter. You're going to lose." And then Brock comes out and they fight off, and then CM Punk comes out. Like, there's no build, there's no ascension. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi is one of those sicko matches, I like to say, because it's like, oh, on paper, yeah, of course everyone wants to see that, but then you get it and you're usually underwhelmed. I could think of so many better things for Obafemi to do, and he's a big hoss, yes, but he delivers. He moves like a freaking cruiserweight. It's unbelievable how freaking agile this man is. This one I do
kind of disagree. Like, I think because you're building him up right now, you need to make a statement right off the way. Like him or not, but his allegations, this and that. Like it or not, Brock Lesnar is still one of the biggest stars in WWE.
Oh, he is, and a win over Lesnar is massive. But does he beat Lesnar? Is the question.
The beginning of your career, I think they would do that. If not, I don't know what's going on in Stamford, Connecticut. But I think that Obafemi would have beaten Brock Lesnar if that's what they go with, and still will. And I think that is a monumental start to his career. My first WrestleMania, and I beat Brock Lesnar out of all people.
Yeah, because we're seeing now that the match itself is not 100% for WrestleMania 42 anyways.
I honestly think
we're hearing it reported. I mean, this is also Meltzer saying this, but he said, while the match is still a possibility, sources have indicated that it is not a lock for the card in Vegas. It could happen. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying that I was told this one's not 100%, and that was the Lesnar Obafemi match.
I do think that they should do Oba versus Brock for Oba's first Mania.
I think if he goes over, absolutely. I just always have the worry that Lesnar, wouldn't put him over, and it's just it. I don't want it to be seen as, it's not what you wanted, but no, we get Roman winning again. Roman did not need the Rumble whatsoever. So now we're getting Braun Breaker versus, instead of the champion we thought he was going to get, now it's him and Seth Rollins. And Seth kind of has to win, right? Because he's the face.
CM Punk, WrestleMania to you.
Yeah, I think they could have built it as such, absolutely, for the rematch. And
wouldn't you consider that a little equal now, Seth Rollins for him? I know your spot on the card would have been a little different because he's CM Punk, but
and it's for a title. He would have won a title at Mania in essentially the main event had he gone through. I mean, he could still go through the chamber, but I doubt it. Doubt it.
Who does Seth face if he's cleared then?
Bronson Reed or him and someone versus Logan Paul, and they've got Austin Theory. If he's not a mole, it could be 2-on-2, him and Austin Theory. If Austin
Braun Breaker was the one that initiated the attack and told everyone you're with me or you're out too. And
but Bronson Reed did tsunami him as well, so I'm sure he wants to get some vengeance there. And Logan has since come in, and if Austin Theory is on the side, 2-on-2.
Since it's Mania, you would want it to be who initiated the beatdown on you, which was Braun, no?
I get it, but maybe we save that match for when he has the title from Punk, do it at Backlash, and then have Braun Breaker beat Seth?
I guess so. But my only thing, though, I still wanted Braun to win the Royal Rumble because, again, that catapults and skyrockets you. But at the same time, how many times are we going to have to go through Punk and the Vision kind of thing?
Roman Reigns was in the main event last year, but Jey Uso wasn't, and he won the Rumble. So the fact that Roman gets the main event because he won the Rumble is already bullshit. But they have already sold tickets on the fact now that the main event of night 2 is him and CM Punk. That is their entire plan. So we got Braun Breaker and Seth, like it or not. I admit it. But then we get CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And the real reason it's Roman too, I wonder, was there a change in direction? Because Roman did go on the Pat McAfee show and bury the current, creative in saying that he stood down and let others come in and take his spot so that he could let them be built and have more time on TV, and nothing's grown, nothing's better. You
And
know,
he
they
is
they
right.
need him back. He's not wrong, but how are people supposed to get over anyways? Like, what do they have planned for any of the new NXT talent? They mentioned on Unreal, like, oh, Chelsea has no one else to face, so why should she get the title again? Well, how about you bring in some fucking people like Cody says? Bring them all to SmackDown. You're saying it for a
Yes, I've said
reason.
that. I've said that multiple times, and this was before the Unreal documentary.
Oh,
came out,
long
so
time you've been saying
No,
this.
I've been clamoring this for a while now, and I've said, okay, why would you even go to 3 hours when you don't have enough roster depth for SmackDown? And you still kind of don't, because there's still some people in NXT that probably should be brought up, and you still don't utilize those people too. You want to know what they use for those 3 hours? The extra hour, all it's for is for more commercials and to do video packages or some random backstage segment.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
that's exactly it. And
Or some beginner 25-minute promo.
but my point was Roman was in the main event last year without winning the Rumble. He actually took away the Royal Rumble's spot in the main event. So he's automatically sent to the main event this year, night 2, him and Punk. I feel like this is, with that the promo was always
This is a WrestleMania main event.
It is, but I feel like it's just the wrong time. This should have happened probably years back when the bloodline was in full effect, because face Roman sounding like a heel and Punk, like, I don't know, it's working, but it's not. They felt like they're both a little bit shooting at each other.
Maybe you should have done the same thing what we did with the Women's Rumble. Like, Liv Morgan deserved the Women's Royal Rumble win. You know who actually deserved the Men's Royal Rumble win? LA Knight.
It's just weird how they're handling it, because they know Roman's not going to be around for the next few weeks, months, whatever you want to call it. So what do we have in the meantime? Fucking Finn Balor. Yeah. And they're going to go ahead, because you even had Punk address Finn Balor before he addressed Roman.
See, this is the issue here. Like, so now we're going to run CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I don't mind that for a match on Elimination Chamber for the world title. I don't, but why have Roman announce, oh, I'm facing you at WrestleMania because I hate you, but then CM Punk's going to defend the title against Finn Balor.
Exactly, at the Chamber or sooner.
CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, and we know WWE is not going to do Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor for the world title.
Exactly, and that's the biggest problem of it all.
Now this makes the world title match too predictable for Balor, because people are like, maybe they would give Balor that little push.
If they were going to do it, they would have done it in Ireland. We both know these two have history and plenty of history.
They should have, because they fought the weekend, because Punk could have won it. Just give him that moment, for God's sake.
But after all the promos last year that he cut on Roman and each other, with Seth involved, regardless, what's left to discuss and talk about? There's no new ground. Like, oh, you brought up the podcast again. Oh, whoopee-la-doo. Like, we've seen this, we've heard it, we've done it. What is exciting for this?
See, this is where WWE has issues, because they like to play it safe. That's why I have a joke. Other people do it too. Like, call Sesame Street WWE Sesame Street Levesque, because they always play it safe and keep it nonchalant and make it so I don't want to take any risks here, because I got no balls. Like, they should have given Finn Balor that world title win in Ireland, and then if they're gonna have CM Punk versus Finn Balor for the world championship in Chicago anyway, and Finn Balor's obviously going back to his heel roots because the beatdown he laid on Punk, then Punk wins it back there. Then Roman says, okay, I'm facing you, kind of thing. Like, they could have had Roman come out after that match and challenge Punk, but I think they did this too soon.
And it feels like it's not so much too soon, but like it already went by us. Like, last year basically did all of this. We've seen Roman and Punk already. And yes, it came down to, the Walrus interfering and costing the both of them, and Seth, gaining the wise man, which then he turned on him anyways for Braun Breaker. So it still doesn't make sense why they kicked him out of the division. He still had the title, like, because he was injured. Why? None of it clicks. And it feels like they are really like icing Braun Breaker. They're cooling him off. Oh, he came out and he flipped the table over. He's a real badass. You know what hurts more than anything is that they don't know if Rollins is 100% going to be ready in time. So they do the masked man angle. They can change it at any point. And then guess who gets to wait in the fucking rafters the entire time?
Who?
Yeah.
LA Knight. He'll keep attacking them and be the, the vision hunter instead of the elite hunter. And he'll keep striking them down and making them more powerful than ever before. Except they're all bumbling idiots, and he makes them look ridiculous, like they can't even stop a single
what they could have done
LA Knight.
What they could have done is had Braun Breaker win that world title against CM Punk on the January 5th episode. Then LA Knight wins the Rumble. Then I would have been fine. Braun Breaker versus LA Knight for the world title.
It makes sense.
Kind of thing.
They've been feuding, but no. And so again, we've got the main event that we already had last year. Oh, but it's not a triple threat. It's the same fucking thing.
If they really weren't going to give Braun that Rumble win, so do you think both Rumble winners, like they did correct with the women's with Liv Morgan, do you think so the Rumble winners at the end of the night should have been Liv Morgan and LA Knight?
Oh, yeah. LA Knight, Braun Breaker, LA Knight especially. He's only getting older, and that's the problem. It feels like they don't know what to do with him ever, and he just keeps getting over because of all that damn charisma he has, and instead of him allowed to, be over and capitalize on it, he just has to make somebody else look better every single time. He's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So now they've got him in a holding pattern.
But they have that same story, right? Liv Morgan and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Always the bride, never
exactly.
The bride kind of thing. They always have that same story.
But at least she's been world champ several times. And she was,
That's fair.
What was it? Not Queen of the Ring. Yeah. No, not Queen of the Ring. What did they call it?
They've always been, I think, high on her. They've always been.
Crown Jewel. She won the Crown Jewel, remember? Tournament as well.
Oh, yeah. Who she beat? I forgot about that.
Was it Nia?
Oh, it was Nia. Nia was women's champ at that time, right?
I think that's who it was. But still, so if Rollins can't come back, they have LA Knight then slip in, and he takes on Braun Breaker. And that still doesn't feel that much of a WrestleMania match. Not without a title or something big on the line. AJ couldn't even get a full retirement month. They just chucked him out of here, and supposedly he's actually done. Like, because they are just dropping talent like
here's
flies.
the issue with that, too. Because I've heard, like, if WWE can get Jericho in before Mania, they want to do Jericho in LA, right? I heard about that.
Supposedly that was just strictly fan speculation, but I have heard it as well. I don't know what's necessarily true, but
I think that's more WrestleMania than LA Knight and Braun, to be honest, because I don't know if you agree or disagree. Jericho and LA Knight, I think that would be a good Mania for them, but at the same time, see, they have a whole. I knew it was a mess. We said it from the get-go leading into the Royal Rumble. This men's thing is just going to lead into a mess no matter, because he didn't build a proper story for anyone. So no matter who wins the Rumble, it's kind of like, at least with the women's, there was like either Bianca or Liv, because Liv has Raquel and Stephanie. Like, you can build the stories with them. And then Braun, I guess you could have done something with, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem, Rumble. Because it's all the men's Rumble bullshit.
It's just kind of like whoever won is just no matter what.
Yeah, like the best tweet I saw today is from DDJ, and he went ahead and he puts out a tweet saying, LA Knight, if I was the booker, if I had the pen, and it's Mercedes with her 19 belts, and but that's how I feel about LA Knight, and so many others do, and that's what's so damn perplexing. Like, it just
it's all on where LA Knight was just pissed because Triple H was telling him, like, we built this spot for you, man, where at last second everyone thinks you got it, then Seth Rollins knocks you off, and LA Knight did not want to hear it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God.
So
LA Knight should have won Money in the Bank.
There's so many things that just aren't shaping up how I thought they would be. And it's, it's not how you like it. No, it's either very redundant, doesn't feel interesting.
Established stars won both Rumbles. People are like, Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns are already established. Why not do it to up-and-comers? In Royal Rumble's history, since its beginning and since its birth, I don't think there's really been a Rumble winner that they gave it to shoot to the moon. Next big star. That's not what the Rumble's for. Rumble wins are usually by established stars. That's what Money in the Bank is for younger.
Yeah, to really make a star is, you're right. But the thing is that Money in the Bank is less about the story and it's more about the character. Royal Rumble usually tells a full-on story. Because think about it, people are like, oh, but predictable and whatnot. You like Cody winning twice, back to back. And it's like, Yeah, but he faced Roman was in the main event far too many times of Mania. Regardless, he was the top star and they needed him to be, but I feel like he should have not had that long of a reign. There, he should have lost at least to Sammy and some others. Regardless, the one he really should have lost to, if anybody, was Drew when they were Clash in the Castle that first time. Like, that should have been it for him. But regardless,
if you really want to go story, if you really don't like this Roman and Punk thing too much, Sami Zayn could have won the WWE Championship.
Oh yeah, in Montreal. There's that.
Sami and Roman.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many instances. But here's the thing, though. WrestleMania 39 to 40, the stakes changed. And that's what I appreciated. It wasn't, yes, it was the same main event as the year before, but it wasn't because of the tribal rules and The Rock teaming up with Roman night one to take on Seth and Cody, and the winners of that get the rules for night two.
That say that was Cody Rhodes' story to finish. No.
Cody needed to finish his story, not the Bloodline story. So Cody could have won any world title from anybody at Mania, and that would have finished his story. Yes.
His story wasn't beating Roman Reigns. That was either Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, or The Rock.
It just worked themselves into that.
Those were the four contenders to take down Roman Reigns and stop this freaking monster. Seth Rollins, because he created the monster by betraying him in the first place. Jey Uso, Roman's bullied me, and that's my family. Now I need to take down that member of my family. He hates to have to do it.
That was the whole point of Main Event Jay, was to be the next one in line for Roman's push. That was the point of what Roman took him in for.
Senile. Now I have to take down my own blood just to stop him tarnishing our family legacy here.
Yeah.
Or The Rock, that's another one. You think you run this family? I'm the biggest member of this family.
All of
Sami Zayn, he just wanted to fit in with it, and then Roman bullied him too, and then Sami Zayn takes him out at the end. Kevin Owens even had more of a stake and claim to dethrone Roman than Cody Rhodes.
So why does it have to be CM Punk and Roman Reigns? Why did Roman have to win the Rumble? Where's the story here? Where's the why? Oh, well, I hate you. I've always hated you.
I hate Roman winning the.
I do. I genuinely hate it this year because, like I said, it's the same event as last year. There's no new stakes. There's no new. If they make it Hell in a Cell, oh wow, you're putting a gimmick on a
This is the same
there's
thing
no change in the story except that Punk is champion. That's the problem.
It's the same thing though with people saying, "Oh, but Cody Rhodes needs his world title match."
He doesn't either. Cody doesn't need to be in the world title picture. I'm not a fan that it's him, Drew, and Jacob. Triple threat, whoopee la shit. That doesn't interest me. I would have Drew versus a plethora of other people.
Drew versus Roman, you could have run back because Drew McIntyre's whole thing in the first place was I need to take out every Bloodline member because it wasn't just Jay, Jimmy, the good guy Bloodline members. He confronted Solo and his MFTs too, right?
Yes.
You're Bloodline affiliated, so I'll take you out too. And then I won't stop until I take down the top one, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
What happened to all that?
And it continually stayed that way. So I don't know. They had
Roman
a change
and Drew
of heart.
had a history too.
And that's what I'm saying. So the one thing we didn't talk about though at the Raw review that I really wanted, we kind of painted over, but it really in the very first watching my initial reaction, I even said it then. I was upset I didn't bring it up on the review, but I was like, God, they really ham-fistedly made fun of Drew here. They made him sound like the drizzling shits. They didn't just chew him up and spit him out.
Main champion.
Yeah, and they made him sound like, well, I beat him 1,000,000 times. Well, I beat him 1,000,001. Fuck him. I don't want to face him. He's a bitch. He's a loser. He's such a loser.
He's the easy route.
Yeah. Oh, why don't you face the easy champ?
Yeah.
What? If I was Drew, I would be so angry. I mean, hardcore level of angry. I would be hunting people down.
Donkey!
It's donkey season. Forget Rhea.
And Roman and Punk were probably told to say that kind of thing.
I don't know anymore what's intended, what's off the top of their heads. I'm sure it's all scripted, but still, it just really made Drew sound like the drizzling shits. Do I need to bring out the diarrhea sound effect again? I think we're good, but you get the point.
Well, it had to be because I don't think Roman and Punk went into business and talked to each other before the promo. Hey,
No,
let's really
no.
bury Drew.
I don't think that was the intended plan of anyone. I think that they just eclipsed him, in the way that they discussed him made him look less than, you know. And I know they're trying to sell Punk's title as, like, you know, the belt because it's with Punk.
At this point,
but Drew should be the main champ.
Just because I would unify this at this point, Drew McIntyre should be pissed and be like, you know what? Fuck you two. How about I get added to this too, and I'll show you who really's the badass around it, kind of thing. Make Drew McIntyre look like a badass out of this, because CM Punk and Roman
you're
have
not
this
wrong.
ego.
I genuinely thought that we were going to get Drew attacking Roman to close out Raw, because of the way they talked so disparagingly about him over and over and over again. Roman was kind of walking up the ramp backwards. I would
honestly have both titles be on the line.
Yeah. And could you imagine triple threat and one champ again? Fuck it, do it. You know, something different. I'm for, like, small changes even,
Drew.
but
this helps Drew a lot if that were they want to.
Well, I thought he was going to attack Roman and be like, "Oh, that's what you think of me?" Like, yeah, of course I'm here listening, kind of thing. While CM Punk was still in the ring, but that's not what we got, and they just made Drew sound like a tertiary champion, not even secondary. It was bad. And this is our main event of WrestleMania, not Live, not, you know.
2 out of the 3 people, if we were going to get a one-on-one out of 2 out of the 3 people that were in that triple threat last year, it should have been Roman and Seth.
Yeah.
They still need to tell that history.
I like Drew a ton. He's one of my favorites on the main roster. I do like Cody. I like Jacob, but the triple threat of them, I'm not sure why it's not grabbing, but it just isn't connecting with me. I feel like I've seen Drew and Cody far too many times, and even if they threw in a resurrected 35-year-old perfect health Stone Cold Steve Austin, I still wouldn't give as much of a shit.
I think they're gonna. I know you disagree. This is Saudi Mania we're talking about. I think we're getting Stone Cold and possibly The Rock at next year's WrestleMania. I think they want to do like
Punk 60 what 2 or 3-year-old Stone Cold is that would be baffling.
I mean, Fightful's these days. I think they want to do. I know it's just for some TV appearances coming up soon, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's the host of Mania or some shit like that, but. I think they really want to do Punk versus Stone Cold for next year in Saudi Arabia, and I think they want to do either Rock and Cody or Rock and Roman next year.
I don't know. Austin seemed like after that match he had with Owens, he was certifiably done. So
he looked good in that match, to be fair.
That's because Owens knew how to work it, though, and how to make him look good. That's why I'm worried about Roman, because Roman's not going to be here, and Punk has to carry all this heavy lifting while beating Finn Balor into dust. I figured the Judgment Day would be in a totally different setup right now, and people are like, "Oh, that's okay. It'll be Dom and Finn at WrestleMania," you know. And it's like, well, how the hell did we get there now? Now that Raquel doesn't have the title, it's Stephanie Vakukakar. I don't know what the fuck cuckoo crackers they were eating for breakfast, but no one wants them to eat those again.
You know, even a lot of Stephanie McCurr fans said that the right match for the world title was Liv versus Raquel at Mania.
Yeah, and that's not an insult to Stephanie at all. Like, those plunder matches are really hard.
Now you have to come up with the story.
The women's hardcore matches in WWE are really tough to sell. I mean, think about how bad it went for Becky and Lyra at SummerSlam. That was focused on Unreal. Even Cena trying to talk her up didn't help. And Lyra knew how shit it was. And that was the problem here. Like, it wasn't a terrible match, but it wasn't really great either.
Cena felt bad and tried to talk her, like saying,
talk her down.
You're overthinking this. You did good.
This match was a far cry from great, but it wasn't horrible. It just... The weapon spots were piss poor and didn't look that effective. Yeah, I mean, it all just figuratively and literally fell apart in the worst way possible. They're cheap Slim Jim tables. Weapons? Yeah, it seems like everything's flimsier now and cheaper and less.
They should spend that little money to get better weapons that will actually sell the job for TV, because that's really going to affect a lot of things.
Yeah. So now we don't have the Judgment Day breakup storyline advancing. So what happens?
The last few months, they'll look like a badass beating down people and stuff. She's worked really well. And then you have her lose with also the help of living Roxanne.
Yes,
And
and
she's
while
still gonna win.
Stephanie dealing still healing from
With an
injury with
ankle
her
issue.
ankle,
So
yeah,
so you
and
had
on
a
top of it,
handicapped Stephanie versus the three Judgment Day ladies, and Raquel
she
still couldn't get
broke
it
the
done.
women's title on Stephanie.
Yeah.
She smacked Stephanie Vikikukwai so hard that the title broke. That's legit. Like, and now they made Big Sexy look like Big Dumbass because she got Hurricane Rana over a table that then kind of fell over. None of it looked effective or like powerful or like devastating. It undersold a lot of what they're trying to accomplish by making her appear big. And Stephanie with the worst music change since, oh God, I don't know why, but this is why. Why change her music?
The match after that music.
Tommaso
fiasco,
Ciampa gets an amazing theme in less than like 25 or 36 hours, whatever the hell it was. And they change her music to sound so generic. It's like the waiting music for NXT in between
Not to
commercials.
Go too off topic here, but like what happened to like everyone getting their theme song, because Johnny Gargano got Rebel Heart back and now he's
I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a few people that had their themes, got them back, and then like Balor as well.
Johnny Gargano like 3 weeks ago have it back, and then
they brought back the old theme. So I don't understand that. There's a lot of perplexing things. Maybe it's a rights issue.
Why? Because like they can use it. It seems because they still try to use it here and there, but
maybe they only want it when he's a face.
That's true. Like Johnny Gargano should be a face, by the way.
No kidding. I mean, he's a funny heel with the way and stuff, but him and Candice get no respect, no love, no adulation.
Way better as baby faces, Johnny Gargano. And Candice
he was one of my favorites in NXT. He was so damn good back then, and Adam Cole was just a step ahead, and it made for such a great rivalry. I mean, God damn, those are the things I miss. And Tommaso Ciampa left saying, you know, I got tired of people saying that 2018 NXT Black and Gold was the best version of me. It's like, I'm better than him now. I'm better than everything that man could do. And I need to prove it. And they what were they doing in WWE besides calling him a jackass? Like, that's the story he's been having for months. You're a jackass and you can't face Ilya.
Then they all had shirts like, don't call my best friend a jackass.
Don't call me a jackass. Best friend.
Don't call my best friend's friend, husband,
blah, blah. All ridiculous, not worth it for a stupid gimmick. So now we're robbed of Liv and Raquel, an actual breakup of the Judgment Day.
And people try to defend it, saying you just hate Liv if you're criticizing this. You're supposed to appreciate anything she does. Kind of
and
thing.
It's like I was looking forward to this face turn that everybody was discussing happening, and I know they changed some plans, but with Dom being back now, I don't know if he's cleared yet, but he's back.
But if they're really trying to make Raquel the babyface, do you hear how over Liv and Dominic are? Like, they immediately chanted "Dirty, Dirty Dom," then Liv got ovation, then "You deserve it" chants. Like, are we really gonna? Does it seem a little forced to keep making them heels and try to make someone else the babyface?
Essentially, yeah. I mean. And
it's going to seem like
the big
forced
problem.
heel. People are like, it's authentic for them to continue to be heels. Do you think it's authentic, or is it becoming forced now because how over they are with the crowd?
Yeah, it's definitely forced. And Morgan is supposed to be basically she eliminated Raquel, and then she cost Raquel the title. Essentially, is a story they're trying to tell. It seems like, and then Liv was like, okay, fuck it, attack Stephanie. Never helped Raquel or Roxanne, and just left on her own.
People are like, they can create something, I'm sure, before then. I'm like, so they have to figure out a story to create for Stephanie and Liv when there was a big story with Liv and Raquel, the breakup, the elimination.
If you didn't want
best friends
Raquel to have the title, then why have Liv win the Rumble? Like, and Liv versus Jade, no one wants to see that. Am I crazy?
People are saying, but they can still create something with Liv and Stephanie.
I mean, if you go into everything, Roman's win.
I think it'll be a bit in ring match.
Yeah, but it shows how they're taking just the lowest common denominator of it all and being like, all right, that's fine, we'll book this way. And with Unreal, you got to see a lot of their meetings fall that way, where Road Dogg especially would have an idea and be like, oh, well, R-Truth wants to cut his hair, so why don't we do something? Triple H would be like, why? Make it make sense. And then he'd be like, fuck it, never mind, I won't say anything, because he'd get upset. But his intent was in the right place. But why is there never anybody else from the writing team being like, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we have John, go ahead and tell him his hair is stupid, and make him dye it, and then he's forced to shave his head after a hair versus hair match or something, like, whatever the point being. That's not a great plan, but you get my point. Like, they just shot things down and went on, and it was always based off emotion. There's no like little pick-me-ups. There's no full no representative for the wrestlers. It feels like it's just writers in a room that are thinking their ideas out loud without having the wrestler's interest best at heart. Because I know what I want to do for my character, and I can pitch things, but I can't get you guys to go through with it or actually do it. And if I put up a stink, now I'm hard to work with and can't work anywhere. Bray became very protective of his IPs and hated the way the Fiend was being treated and stuff. And they said, hey, you're hard to work with now, aren't you? And got rid of him. And then fan outcry brought him back. And then unfortunately he left us. So, we never got to see his vision play out fully. But what he was headed into was very, very slow moving with Uncle Howdy and everything. And it wasn't looking great according to the Rumble he had. So regardless, that's kind of the feeling, that auspicious feeling of like everyone, even the Miz is expendable. Everybody can go at any point in time. They proved that with R-Truth, and no one lasts forever. I don't feel like we're ever going to get that Stone Cold or John Cena again. People are going to be beloved and up there, but they're never going to truly break into that next hemisphere. And you look at the way they're booking Roman. Yes, this one-on-one encounter, this match, this main event, it has potential to be must-see, but they're going to have to do, in my eyes, some drastic character work, because keeping them both face versus face for this is bizarre with how Roman's acting and Punk's reacting. And it just really belittled Drew. So like I said, I was down on that idea. They paid no mind to the tag team division at all whatsoever. They were doing little bits at a time, I thought, but then nothing. AJ and Dragon Lee busted their ass for those titles, it felt like, for a few weeks. And then, they even paid up on it with Gunther being attacked by Dragon Lee. And, I didn't mention this on the Raw review as well, but holy hell, the sell job that Dragon Lee did for being choked out is possibly the greatest pass-out, choke-out spot I have ever seen. I went and watched that back really about 10 times. He goes completely limp, and he's not even holding on the neck anymore. Like, he's letting him choke him. And then he falls to the apron, then to the ground, and then eventually he comes to and he's choking. Like, such a fucking great sell job. So menacing, so just like awe-inspiring. I was like, God damn, I want to see you get revenge off of that one. So that was good. That was fun. It keeps him busy for a little bit, and he gets to attack Gunther for his friend AJ's honor. But the tag team is just Jey Uso coming out, and then he likes to run it back.
Yeah, donkey.
So I don't know what to do with it anymore.
I'm not mad about the run it back spot, and because people did point out, because you have to go back to the Attitude Era and complain about this as well. Like, saying Rumbles always used to be serious. I saw Jimmy from the Q from Stash Club Wrestling point this out, saying I missed when Rumbles were serious, and it was what was her
Too Cool Rikishi?
Too Cool, yeah. Rikishi.
I talked about that last night on the review, and I was saying that's what I was mentioning last night. But think about it. It wasn't silly. Too Cool always dances. They're trying to get this big behemoth monster on their side so they won't kill him. And he plays along long enough to let their guard down. And then he throws them both out of the ring. And he didn't do it when there was 1,500 men in the ring, or when Brock Lesnar was being eliminated by LA fucking Knight and Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's a great first. I don't know.
And on top of it, they did nothing. Nothing. When Jay comes back in the ring, Roman's out, or Brock's out, Jay gets in there, and then he runs it back and stands on the corner, and no one goes over and just pushes his ass out. If Rikishi was in there, he would have fucking super kicked him over the top rope. You know why? Because he only did the joke because no one was in the ring, and he played along to get them both out. It was funny, but it was still serious with the Rumble.
Some jobber was in there getting tossed out. When Brock Lesnar got eliminated.
Because Jay was too busy taking forever getting through the crowd.
And you try to point it pisses me off. You try to point out these key factors to people about Brock Lesnar, and as of who cares about that? What names they call Brock Lesnar nowadays.
But anyone bringing this up the reason of that is exactly because they don't have a good reason. And especially to say like, oh, I miss when the Rumble was serious, and you're talking about dancing. Guess what? Jay was dancing when the Rumble was half full. There were so many entrants in there, and he turns his back to all of them, stands on the turnbuckle.
It was just the three of them in the ring, like Grandmaster Sexy, Scotty Tuhati, and Rikishi. They were all
yeah. So he tried to, originally it was just Grandmaster Sexay by himself, and he's trying to basically, save his own skin and not get thrown out, having Rikishi like, hey, let's dance kind of, and then Scotty comes out and like, oh, let's turn it up, and they do the dance. But then he throws them out anyways once their guard is down. Like he still cared about the Rumble. He had fun for a moment, but there wasn't 20 other guys in there watching them dance and everybody laid down so that they could dance again. No, it made sense. Like, fuck you. Oh, I miss when Rumbles were serious. You can do jokes in the Rumble just fine. Santino getting eliminated quick. Like that. I don't know why Kit Wilson was not in the Rumble. That place wanted him. He was going to go nuts. I don't know why Joe Hendry was not in the Rumble. I'm baffled by a lot of it, and it's confusing.
There's a hate with Joe Hendry right now because there was Mystery Iguana. People would have been like, how many comedy acts are we going to... Because Joe Hendry would have done that.
They were silent. There is no AAA in Saudi Arabia. They can't watch it. They don't even know the fucking product. That's why they didn't care about La Parka or Mr. Iguana having an iguana. Like, no one gave a shit at all.
Mr. Iguana should not have been in the Rumble.
No, that should have gone to, as I said, named other people, and
why
especially
didn't you just
Hendry.
return Dominic in the Rumble if he was just going to be on?
Aleister Black was there. They didn't use him. They had Rumble plans change apparently, and spots got swapped, and so on and so on.
Rusev got eliminated within a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Big Bad Rusev that came all the way back from the Banishville of AEW to do what?
Nothing.
Lose to the Luchadors like Penta and whatnot.
I don't understand that though. Like, see, just like returns, you could have hyped that up more. You could have had even Chad Gable come out. If you really want to be, because Michael Cole would have said that. Oh, what a coincidence! Now,
but no, we don't get Chad Gable, and they're gonna wait till Mania to have.
You could have done like the Mick Foley thing with Chad Gable. You could have had him be the original El Grande, then he comes out later as Chad Gable.
Instead of having the other El Grande, it would have been funnier when everyone's expecting not that one, but they get the real one. Oh my God, he's back! Like, and then Chad Gable gets to come out later. Yeah, see, that's funny. The Three Faces of Foley thing. Why can't we do something original, like, not so much original, but at least comedically original?
That would at least, if you're gonna have comedy in the Rumble, that would have been funny. Like, because Michael Cole, hates how Chad Gable denies it, because then that Michael Cole would have done a good sell job with that. Oh, give me a break. Of course. What a coincidence. Now Chad Gable's here, kind of thing.
Now you're, yeah, exactly. No, and that's the sad part of it all.
Dominic was just randomly returned in the middle of Raw. Like, Liv should have introduced him, right? Not Dominic introducing her, because Dominic was the one that was gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why did Liv should have said, because it's a celebration.
I have a surprise for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can't have a celebration without him. Then Dominic comes out.
Yeah. With an extended neck tattoo. That thing is growing, huh?
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Like, so that's my thing now. Like, so if you're going to just randomly return Dominic, like, why didn't you just have Dominic return in the Rumble?
I don't think he's medically cleared yet, maybe, and they just have him. I'm not sure, but
he's just cleared the travel now, maybe.
Yeah. Regardless, Roman Reigns' Rumble win says a lot about WWE right now, and I agree. It was like he comes in at 26. He basically just hits a couple of moves. And this is after on Pat McAfee's show saying everyone's just grasping onto relevancy. I've been a generous tribal chief by leaving these guys a space. I give them time. They haven't evolved. I just can't sit around and watch anymore. So if this wasn't a heel turn for him, I don't know what was. And he gets top billings. Rhodes didn't need the Rumble win. Drew didn't need it. They could have done it a bunch of different ways. And they still could have had Roman in a top match. But regardless, that's just not what we're getting here. And the Rumble did nothing for any of the up-and-comers. It really didn't. It swallowed them whole. We got
Yep.
Obafemi had a good debut. He eliminated 5 people.
Okay,
while,
see,
while wearing
why did Brock
Dunkin'
eliminate
Donut Munchkin.
Oba should have eliminated Brock.
Yeah, you would think, instead of Cody and LA Knight. I don't want to see Cody or LA Knight take on Lesnar. That
They
has
eliminated
no
him during an entrance, and they really didn't. They were just like, "Oh, Lesnar's out." Like, just like who's like a jobber on the main roster that you could compare this to?
Oh,
like
God.
they just tossed him out there like he was a jobber, not acting like it was a big deal.
Like he was, Asian Tucker. And on top of it, it's like, what do we get for Gunther going forward? Who does he retire next? You know, is it Randy Orton? Some people said that he might be retiring Orton at Mania, and I'm like, really? That would be terrible.
Dude, this is what pisses me off, though.
No one wants to leave Orton yet.
Why would Gunther, like, he did something monumental at the Royal Rumble. So if you're going to have him come out at number 30, like, at that point, he needs to win the goddamn thing, no?
You would think so.
Because that, if you're really trying to build him up as a mega heel, not only did I retire AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, I also won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Why?
One of our first worries, too, was like, oh, we don't want to see Roman versus Cody. Like, it's way too soon to revisit that. We had that multiple times with a year spacer. We're good.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I love the promo. Speaking of going back to that, I love the promo with Punk and Roman. I'm not going to even deny that. That was
the
great.
Zebros line, the podcast.
That was Roman's best promo, I think, of his career.
I don't know if his career, but it was certainly up there. It was top 10. I'll give you. Maybe even top 5.
I think top 3. I don't know. Like you can see in text.
You might be right.
I'm crazy, but maybe I am. But recency bias, maybe. But that promo sold me a little bit. But at the same time, that Survivor Series, Roman Reigns shook it like "I hate you" kind of thing. But do you really though? Because like you shook hands with him back-to-back Survivor Series now, right? Yeah. It seems like you never really had an issue with him. Because Roman was kind of like, I'm cool with you, but Cody Rhodes, hell no.
Oh, that really sucks, too. Is that the Chamber is the February 28th, so I did confirm that. Day after I have surgery, you're going to have to save my ass. Oh, boy.
Oof.
But yeah, like you said, like we have to build to the Chamber, and it's like, are they going to have Tiffany take on Jade again? Because if not, who is Jade facing? Is it going to be Jordan Grace?
I'm going to need a co-host.
Yeah, we'll work on that. And I would have honestly preferred CM Punk and Logan Paul winning the goddamn Rumble because it's at least like, oh, they had him win the U.S. title. He's done things. He's had some big matches. At least now they're putting him in the main event and making something out of it. Like they're trying to build up a new star. This doesn't feel like that at all. And with the women's tag titles in play to the Bellas, we're going to get Rhea Ripley and Io Sky facing the Bellas at Mania. That's going to be what Io and Rhea do. That is amazingly disappointing. No,
I don't know anymore. This Mania seems like kind of.
And then they're going to forget about Julia. I'm sure the men's chamber.
Can you clarify to Liv fans that we weren't hating on Liv last night?
No, it's all a joke because you had to tweet out whatever I told you to after you
not even that.
AJ Styles would tap.
Yeah, that too. Like they were mad about that part, and the other thing with how we critiqued Liv versus Stephanie, saying you two can't let it play out, kind of thing. I've got those DMs too. Like
we can, but why have to try and theory craft and build from here when you had everything ready made and you had a delicious steak? Now you've got ingredients.
Story built in. Like their story is WrestleMania worthy. Liv and Raquel, and let's not do that because we.
Liv and Stephanie is a match I want to see, not a WrestleMania match I need to see.
I think it's going to be a good in-ring match.
I'm sure it will be, but
tear the house down. But did we need this at Mania? Because
and
there's no story for it.
If Roman picked Drew, then the Raw side would have had to fight hard for the Chamber. That's when the Vision could come into play because the participants of the Chamber, I will tell you right now, my early predictions. It's going to be the same people we saw in the Fatal 4-Way except for Sammy. So you're going to get Cody and Jacob. You're going to get Damian and Randy. You're going to get Trick Williams, and you're going to get Ilya Dragunov. No fucking doubt about it. That'll be the Chamber. And
I'm
Cody and
to agree with you.
We'll do, like, yeah. So again, it's even more bullshitty boring. At least when it was in Toronto, we didn't know who was going to win. Could it be Punk? Could it be Seth? Could it be Cena? Could it be,
Damien, I only see Sami Zayn in it if they replace him with Damien.
Sami Zayn's not going to be in it. I think they're cooling off on him until next year, if any of the rumors are to be believed, which, again, doesn't tickle my fancy, but.
All ridiculous, though.
Very indeed. And that's the thing, like, they're not going to give it to Trick or Ilya. That would be great. It's going to be Orton or Jacob or Cody. Right. And any one of them would fit, but it's most likely going to be Cody, Jacob, and Drew at Mania as well. And that's not a big match. So now, who do we get on the SmackDown side? Well, do they add Rhea and Io to the chamber? Because it'll be what? SmackDown is Charlotte, Alexa, Lash, Julia, Nia, and probably Jordan Grace. It'll be. I
think the only saving grace with the woman's thing is to try to build up something still. Like, I hate to bring it back to the Judgment Day thing, but I think you try to add Raquel and Roxanne in there. And then Raquel's like, for real this time, stay out of the way. Then it comes down to the final two. Who did you say in there? Do you think Bianca's going to be in that?
No Bianca.
You don't think
I don't think
ready.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's not right. But
so,
I
Tiffany then, right? Tiffany versus Jade. Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. I think it might be Jordan Grace that would win.
So then have it come down to Jordan Grace versus Raquel. Then Liv comes out. Tries it. Then.
But the only problem is they're doing it for the SmackDown title because the Raw one would already be decided.
Yeah, but there's going to be Raw and SmackDown in that field. No,
not usually. Usually they keep it to whoever isn't whoever they don't
on Raw next week for the chamber.
I think they're going to do both ways, but we'll see because usually whichever side they pick, they do the other. So we'll see how it plays out. I think
there's usually 3 and 3. No,
they've done it both ways. So. We'll see how they actually end up doing it next week as of Raw if we get more details.
And I think for the women's, they're going to need some Raw woman stars in there because that SmackDown women's roster is...
Well, that's why I said they don't have many great choices. That's why it would probably come down to Jordan instead of Tiffany because we've already seen Tiffany and Jade.
Add Raquel in that women's chamber. Liv tries to do that as like, oh, I got you a chamber spot kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now let's try to work this out again so we can both have time. Then Liv tries to help Raquel.
That only works if it's Liv didn't choose Stephanie, but they're making it seem like she did, even though she's still going to SmackDown. So hopefully
and I
they
guess
play
you
it
can make
off.
A triple threat with Raquel and Stephanie, but at that point, you're just adding Stephanie in there as a third wheel to
the other two. Well, because she's a champion.
Yeah. Why can we book better than they can?
I don't think Triple H really has as much say as people think. I think a lot of it comes down to what TKO wants.
And they don't know wrestling.
It would make sense, Roman getting top billing if that's the case, if we want to put our tinfoil coverings on, because...
It's Liv deserves it, but TKO's like, okay, Roman and Punk, they're going to make us the most money. Liv's a draw. Stephanie's a draw. They make us the most money, so they're going to have them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw recently what's going on and how they want to handle things, but they let go of Tatiana Dumas, and after that, Ava didn't resign and she left. They wished her well.
The Ava thing now, or do you want to?
No, we'll hold off on that. But I'm just saying how it all falls in line with her dad still holding favor in TKO and having some final say is forever the worry. So was it Triple H trying to get at The Rock, knowing that he wouldn't be able to be there at Mania, or was it The Rock's ego, knowing he couldn't make Mania but wanted to be involved in the story anyways? We don't really know the truth, and even with Unreal, we never really found out which came first, the chicken or the egg. But what we do know, Roman is favored.
Right? I heard that John Cena one is going to be in the summer, that Unreal documentary.
Mm-hmm. They'll have the next part of it.
To find out. I can't wait for that. That should tell some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they showed the heel turn on this one with parts of it previously, so we'll see more with what comes up. But they did bring up the first time about John turning and... Yeah, I think that's the point of it, building through to the end of John, and then the next one will probably be Mania, of course.
This is another thing, not to bring up Judgment Day again, but I got heat on Twitter for saying that because people like Liv and Dom would always refuse to do the Unreal documentary. I'm like, it's kind of not up to them. People got mad at me.
It's not their choice. I mean, if they're going to put you into something, maybe they could say, I don't want you coming to my private house, but they're going to follow you on the road and document things. Like you always have a camera in your face
can't
now.
make them do an interview. I'm like, sure they can for Unreal. Like
if you're scheduled for something, you're doing it. It doesn't matter who it is. Even Roman has to do stuff.
You remember that, right? A few weeks ago, like people were.
Yeah, but who are they to have that kind of opinion? They're Liv's, agent and keeper. It's ridiculous how people even have the oh, you have an opinion? How dare you have an opinion that doesn't align with ours?
They're saying Liv's too high tiered in the company. She's like one of the 3 in the company that she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, right. Liv is easily replaceable. She was lucky she didn't get let go during all the police involvement and stuff. Typically, they looked less favorable on others for minor charges. So she did luck out with that.
Her fans.
Yeah, no kidding, because it's just ridiculous that they feel like,
I made it with some of them, but like, Jesus, but like some of them just like, remember, I'll name drop that made us like a weird way of spelling Madison. And then the Mary Jane. Oh my God, those two were fucking. Woo!
Yes, indeed.
One of those podcasts, folks. If you know, you know.
Yeah, we'll be there discussing that in full. But regardless, it's just upsetting that we don't know how much of power is in play with TKO. Like, is it Ari Emanuel and The Rock really controlling things in Khan? Or is this actually Triple H's booking? Because he keeps saying we're going into a new era. And that's how we bring it full circle, folks. But we appreciate you all being here. Thank you for checking this out. It's our little, discussion on the new era of WWE and what's yet to come. Tonight, we'll have our NXT review after this goes live. So make sure you check that out. But in the meantime, Cody, my good man, I need you to tell these amazing people where they could find you.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube gaming content coming soon. Just need to get the U-Haul. They've had a back order with like a availability with U-Hauls because of the big blizzard. Jake can vouch for me because
still sucks.
So,
and negative temperatures all weekend. Woo!
Yeah, so like, who wants to be out, because we have to go to like our local dump and all that. And, like, no one who wants to be out there
freezing your ass off.
Single-degree temperatures. Yeah. Sorry, it's on delay, but Jake got me a monitor. I have the PC right there, and we'll get that soon. That's at Judgment Day Era, and you can find me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316. Soon to be that for my YouTube and Twitter as well.
Yes, indeed. Get that branding changed on over. So thank you all for being here. When you get the PC stuff set up. Yeah, that'll be a good time to get you on to the next level and into the real world of editing and videos.
Because I can't just be a judge, because like Twitter and Instagram both think I'm paid by Judgment Day members. I wish I was, because I got money, and
right.
We
Tell
would
them
be
to
doing
spread
a lot
some
better.
around. They need to pass it on over. So
okay, and if they're paying fans to do that, should I be front in line? God damn it.
God damn it. Guys, go ahead and give me a follow as well at Countdown Ended on Twitter. You can find us using the hashtag Into Somewhere pretty much on all platforms. Go ahead and follow us on youtube.com/Jake DeMarco. We're live for almost every WWE live show review and PLE, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications. If you'd like, you can subscribe. Helps out the channel a bunch. We appreciate it greatly. Until then, I hope you all stay sexy, and we'll see you tonight for the NXT review. That finish was trash.